Here we are in the workshop, and now we will demonstrate some features on the Sorio control top. We have here a manifold composed by a mixed-pro valve called Veox and control top called Sorio. This manifold is quite small. It's around 1 meter by 1 meter with around 8 valves. The frame is done with a square pipe with diamond shape for cleanability. You have a sink tray, we can slide it to clean it. And we have all pipe welded with orbital machine, so we could ensure high quality and high hygienic process with this manifold. As you could see here, we don't have something is missing here. The control top has not been installed. So what we will do together is to install it and to calibrate it together. The first operation is to install the magnet. The magnet will allow to detect the actuator stroke. So the control top will be installed now on the actuator. As you could see inside, we have solenoid valve, the main board, the inside the control top, it's totally sealed with the external side. So what we have to do is to place the control top in this position. After this, we are screwing the screw, the second one. Now we will connect each flexible hose to the right plug. So for this operation, it's quite simple also to understand. You have some mark. The mark 2 will go with the flexible hose 2. The flexible hose number 1 will go with the flexible number 1. We will connect also the air inlet. So for the installation, the last operation is to connect the M12 connector with a small index here. We will place it. Okay, so now we will close it. And the control top, it's blinking in purple. The meaning of this color, it's no calibration, no program inside. So what we will need to do now is to teach him what is the valve, what is the stroke for this valve, and it's quite easy to do. We have just to open the control top again, select the mode auto, and click on enter during 3 seconds. Now the sequence will start and the actuator will move 2 times, and during these 2 cycles the actuator will reach the lower and upper position. In the same time, the control top will record this value. It will calculate the total stroke of this valve, the timing needed to reach the upper and lower position, and it will keep it in mind in the memory, the internal memory. Like this data will be used later to make some analysis. The cycle is finished. We could close it, and now the control top is blue. Everything is okay, the valve is ready to run. A nice feature with the control top is a warning function. This function will allow us to understand if something happened or if deviation will be near to the failure area. In this case, the control top will give a clear signal and will also send a clear message on the HMI. For this, we will simulate something happening into the valve, for example, particles or a rearing process on the gasket. To avoid to damage this brand new valve, we will use small pieces of plastic, and I will introduce it between the actuator and the valve, so we will decrease the stroke of the actuator, so we will simulate a little bit something into the body of the valve. I will place it. Willie, may I ask you to operate the valve, please? So now the actuator moved up and opened the valve. The control top analyze everything in real time, and it detects that something is not totally okay, and it gives a warning with a yellow, blinking in yellow, to explain or to give the signal that something is not totally okay. The valve could work perfectly, but we are very near to the failure position. Right now, the control top blink in red because we exceed the time expected to reach the final position. I will remove the pieces and we will do another cycle to show you that everything is working again as expected. And now the valve is in steady green, everything is okay, we reach the position and we will not have a warning or even a read or error on it. In fact, this warning sequence or this warning function features, it's to give you an indication of what is the right moment to do the maintenance. Like a wearing indicator on a tire, it will give you the signal that, okay, we are near to the moment, or you will lose some sealing performance, the valve will not be sealed against pressure and so on, but you will have enough time to organize a maintenance operation, to prepare it, instead of, okay, it's failed, now I need to stop my production and I need to repair it now. This warning function gives you time, so it's saving money, saving time, and so you could also increase your product quality because you know that every time, every cycle you are doing with the valve, everything is in perfect condition. The warning function is an interesting point, but we all need also to understand how the control top work during the daily life and the daily use. The program analyzes in real time what is the behavior, if solenoid valve is missing, if the pressure is okay, the temperature, if we have a water hammer, and in real time it will give back the status of the valve and also send back this information to the HMI. Just to give you an overview of what is the real situation, for example, we could simulate, we will disconnect a solenoid valve from the main board and see what happens. Okay, the solenoid valve has been disconnected and we could see we have the LED blinking in red, so the meaning it's error, and you have explanation of the LED array here. So you could refer to the manual maintenance manual to understand what is this, and you could also see the clear message, the clear explanation on the HMI. Another interesting feature with the control top, it's when we are using a manifold like this, but maybe a little bit bigger, larger than this one, and we are handling 2 or more products in the same time, it's very interesting to be able to easily understand the flow path without knowing each detail of the plant, but just with one shot at the glance, we could understand line B, line A, line number 3 is here, or what is the path for the CIP sequence. Now we will switch off the light. It will be easier to see what happened with the valve cluster. So the control top could have a dedicated color for each product, each raw material used into the plant. So for example, with this manifold, if you want to dedicate this line to the product A and give the color green, we could do it. And with the line here behind, that will be the product B, and we will give the purple color. So like this, everybody coming in the plant is able to understand, okay, we have 2 products. Maybe we don't know what is this, but we know we have 2 different products in same time in this valve cluster. The last function I would like to demonstrate with you today, it's what we call the locate function. It will be useful for maintenance team when we have a large plant or large manifold and we have maintenance to do or inspection on one valve, and this valve it's called XV122 or B21. For example, I know I need to operate on one valve called B2. Willy, would you please give me the signal which valve is B2? What we implement into the control top, it's this locate function. So you could easily understand the control top Sorio have many functions. It's quite difficult to introduce all of them right now. So the easiest solution to discover it is to have it with you. And for now, this is what we have to introduce. I will be back on stage and talk with you and answer to your potential question. See you!